Oh, I hope someday I may get out of here, even if it. What? Welcome to the Mangaung Oval. It's a beautiful day here. We're gonna play some cricket, y'all. You hear me? We're playing some cricket, y'all. Is it working? Is it working? I'd like some info.
Andy, stop it now, man. Stop it. Wait. We just want to test with these small mics as well.
Yeah?
Testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. Testing. But are they both gonna work at the same time? Andy,
It's just flat. It's flat.
just
So we can use this in the toss.
So find out this.
yeah.
So what the fuck did you tell me?
I did tell you to keep quiet.
Yeah, that's right. Thought we had it.
Which one are you unmuting first?
Oh, buddy.
On which one? One, no, stamp mic, commentator mic. Commentator.
Stump mic, the stump mic.
Oh, testing 1, 2, 3. Welcome to the Mangaung Oval. Which one are you unmuting first?
Stop. Check on video. You can speak.
Okay.
What?
Welcome to the Mangaung Oval. It's a beautiful day out here for cricket today.
Come on.
We're ready to go, guys. You can switch it on.
You're receiving.
Good morning and welcome to Mangaung Oval in Bloemfontein for this Hollywoodbets Pro20 series match between the Knights and the Garden Route Badgers ladies. The Knights won the toss and decided to bat first. This is obviously the last day of the Hollywoodbets Pro20 series for the season. We've got number 5 on the log taking on number 6. Just a few changes from yesterday's match. Nsani comes in for Vos. Swart comes in for Swarts. For the Knights and for the Badgers, we have Lara Maritz coming in for Simon. Jana Nel coming in for Michelle May. With me in the box today, Justin Jordan. Good morning, Justin.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It's a sunny Bloemfontein. The last match of the season for the Knights in the Garden Route Badgers.
Take the new ball for the Badgers, Mate. And the two openers for the Knights, Jolandi Portrita and Elandre Janse van Rensburg. Just a correction to what I said earlier. Swart coming in for Kula. Full toss to start off with from Mate. So Zintle Kula picked up a slight injury yesterday, so she will be replaced by Annika Swart. And the other change for the Knights is Crystalise Vos, who's replaced by Mampe and Sani for the day. So just a fine leg and a third man out this morning. Driven straight back to mid-off by Jolandi Potgieter, playing in a last match for the Knights.
Yeah, Portrita wanted to finish off her career on a high note. Contributing with a 50.
Kayakaze Mate's bowled well yesterday in a first spell from the Willows end. Just a little hint of a way shape there to Portrita. And that ball played into the covers where Nadine Woodley does the fielding.
Yeah, I think it will be important for the Knights to make use of this power play. 2 players out on the boundary. Third man in fine leg. 3 dot balls for Mate.
Again, just a misfield there from Woodley in the covers. It's going to allow them to go through for the single. Seen a few misfields yesterday. And both these teams will want to improve on that.
Yeah, Elandre Janse van Rensburg being promoted to open the batting.
Yeah, Elandre, former S under 19 cricketer, used to open the batting at school level. Can be a very destructive cricketer. Swing there for Mate. Full and width wide outside the off stump. Just driven straight back to mid-off, where the fielding is done by Asake Giovanni.
Yeah, Sake fielded well at mid-off yesterday. Stopped all the balls in her area.
The Badgers had a first slip in Jana Nel. They took that slip out. She's going to move into the covers. 1 ball left in this over. Slip goes out. Getting some shape to backward point. That's the end of the first over. Very good over there from Kayakaze Mate. Just one coming off it.
A very good start here for the Gardenwood Badgers. Just one run coming from that first over. You want to see the Knights with a little bit more intensity in the crease. Make use of this first power play.
Annery Derksen will share the new ball with Mate. She's going to bowl from the Loch Logan end. Bowled with decent pace yesterday and troubled a lot of the batters with that short ball. She's going to have a slip in place. Yana Nell and fine leg and a third man. 6-3 field. She's going to bowl her first ball to Yolandi Portrita. Starts off with a Yorker. Kept out by Portrita.
Yeah, Mate and Derrickson had a good bowling partnership yesterday in that first power play. 6 dot balls so far.
Playing a miss there from Portrita. Getting some good pace from Derksen. Just the first round of this competition where these two teams met in Oudtshoorn. The Knights coming out on top in that Pro20 match. Yesterday, the Knights convincingly beating the Badgers with a bonus point. So they want to finish the season on a high. Tempted pull shot and a big LBW appeal. Umpire Heinrich Kilian not interested.
Now, the last time these two teams met, the Gardenwood Badgers batting first, post a comparative total of 152.
Just looking again at that replay. Does seem like it just a little bit high.
Yeah, and the Knights in that fixture were up for the task. Chasing down 152 in a Pro20 match in Oudtshoorn.
Again, a big swing there from Portrita. Playing a miss. Not making any contact. So a bit of pressure created here by the Badgers. We've seen 10 deliveries bowled and only 1 run scored so far. Slip also goes out and moves to square leg for the last 2 balls. Off the back foot into the covers. Fielding done by Nadine Woodley. So very good start here by the Badgers. Creating that pressure. And the Knights at this stage can't seem to get the ball off the square. Short ball, short and wide, and it's cut for 4. So good shot there by Portrita. Just a bit of pressure released by Annery Derksen. Tried to dig that in short, but it was width also. And that ball just not getting through, and Portrita helped herself to a welcome boundary.
Now, that's the first boundary of the morning. Just a bit of pressure release there from Derrickson. She bowled pressure with that first 5 balls. And then a short, wide delivery. Portrita up for the task. He hit over point for 4.
Kayakaze Mate to continue from the Willows end. Nice and full, but just driven into the covers.
Yeah, the Knights, we just want to rotate stride more. They can't hit the boundary. 11 dot balls.
You've got to try and capitalize on this power play. Some swing, thick outside edges, up in the air, chance taken. So Yana now in the covers, taking that catch, and that's the end of Ilandre Janse van Rensburg. All that pressure telling in the end, looking to go big, but unfortunately just looks like she lost the shape and getting that thick outside edge. And Ilandre Janse van Rensburg departs without troubling the scorers. Just looked like that was not keeping a shape, and a good catch by the experienced Yana Nell.
Yeah, pressure was building for the Knights. So something had to happen. Mate getting the first wicket. Coming to the crease, Mianay Smith.
Both Mate and Derksen bowled well in that power play yesterday, especially that first 8 overs. Mianay Smith, the new batter coming to the crease, joining Portrita. She's going to take a guard. Still no slip in place. Just the two obviously out in this power play. Third man in the fine leg. Got 5 fielders in the covers. Mid-off. Almost 2 extra covers. Cover and a point. Full toss on that leg stump. Just worked away to that fine leg fielder. 4-1. Fielding done there by Vuyo Bornia. Bowled well yesterday as well. Just get the feeling that Smith missed out on that one.
Yeah, as we saw yesterday, Smith putting pressure back on the bowlers.
Short, pulled away for 4.
Very good shot there from Yolande Portrita. Mate, very short on that occasion.
Yeah, Mate just missing a length, and Portrita got into position early. Pulled that away for 4 as we look at that replay. Good shot by Yolandi Portrita. Hopefully give the Knights a bit of momentum. So we see a change in the field. We see interesting fine leg and third man coming up into the ring. Long on goes out in a deep mid wicket.
Yeah, no mid wicket in play, so there's an easy single on offer.
I should say that that ball was being played into the leg side and they jog through for a single. So a very interesting field change, yeah.
I just feel maybe one person in the offside to come into that mid wicket area. Having 2 extra covers for Mate. Maybe taking one of them out, putting him at mid wicket. There's a big vacant area there for the Knights to get some runs on the board.
Again, that ball being played through that area, that vacant area that you spoke about. So the Badgers maybe just missing a trick at the moment with this field setting. That's the end of the Mate over. Good over for the Knights, although that wicket in that over for the Badgers, 12 for 1.
Well, Derrickson to continue from the Lock Logan end. Yeah, nice Smith to face Derrickson.
Anari Derksen, as we said yesterday, the ICC Emerging Women's Player of the Year. She definitely looks like the class package here.
Yeah, she's all the way there from Beaufort West. The Karoo.
She's going to bowl to me on Naismith. Just too straight and clipped off her legs to fine leg for the single. Obviously Smith, also part of that women's squad that went to the ICC World Cup earlier or last year.
Yeah, Smith will feel that she missed out on that occasion. Derrickson full and straight.
Full driven into the covers. Just a bit of a misfield there by Julia Hall. They're going to come back for the second.
Yeah, and you will feel for the nice that this is the partnership that can take them to a competitive total. The longer these two can bat for the Knights, they can put a competitive total together.
Short. Unfortunately, Mika Derrida not managing to get that into the gloves, and they go through for 2 byes. Does seem like Mika Derrida has injured herself a little bit. Again, that short ball.
Yeah, once again, well directed by Derrickson. The ball moved.
Followed Portrita almost. Good, well stopped there at backward point by Giselle Abrams. She was also one of the better fielders on display yesterday.
Yeah, she patrolled that backward point area quite well yesterday. Fielded very well.
Saw a lot of movement through the air yesterday. Not that much this morning. Not as much cloud cover as we saw yesterday. Straight to mid-on.
Very good running there by Yolande Potgieter. Once again, good awareness. Mud on the edge of the ring.
Bonya could have done a little bit better there. Maybe attack that ball a bit more. That was, it's not, you cannot take a single to her. She needs to obviously make a yard. Derrickson to Smith. Played into the leg side. Jana Nel does the fielding.
Now that's the end of the over. 6 runs coming from it. 18 for 1 after 4.
Are we going to see a bowling change here? Does seem like Mate making her way slowly towards the middle. But we are going to see a bowling change. And it looks like it's Lara Maritz. It's going to bowl the 5th over of this power play from the Willows end.
Yeah, Michelle May on the field for Henri Derrickson.
Derrickson bowled her 2 overs. Not sure if she's struggling with a bit of an injury. Michelle May then goes to that 3rd man position. So 4 Marits. We've got a 5-4 field. It's fine leg and a 3rd man. Just drifting into the pads. It just looks like Maritz, somebody that angles the ball into the right-hander. It's got to be quite careful that again into the pads, just straight to square leg. Wiana now does the fielding. Got to make sure that she does not go too straight, because that fine leg does seem fairly square. Captain Janse van Rensburg having a word with her. Colleen Janse van Rensburg picked up 4 wickets yesterday. Pulled away, picked up over the leg side. They're going to go through for 2. Portrita moves to 15 of 19 balls.
Yeah, I think that's a good option for Portrita, just to hit the ball over that inner ring. As we saw, if there's a 4, there's a field change coming from the Garden Route Badgers.
Short top, yeah, pulled away over the inner ring. It's just going to plug a bit, but they're going to come back for another 2. So my Ritz just missing a length somewhat here. Tad too short.
Yeah, with 2 balls going over that inner ring, we see a field change, third man coming up, deep mid wicket. So there's a deep mid wicket and a fine leg on the leg side. Square leg in the ring, mid on.
Played a miss there from Portrita. Well bowled there by Lara Maritz. That ball just angling in and just missing the top of off stump. So we have a look again at that replay. Again, the Yorker in the block hole. Good end to the over by Lara Maritz. After 5 overs, 22 for 1 the Knights. Portrita on 17. And Janne Smith on 3. This partnership now 17. As we go into the final over of this power play. Derksen back on the field.
Yeah, I just feel Portrita cramping herself for room with Maritz, bringing the ball back into her. Good option will be just to stand still, use that angle she's bowling with, clip it past leg, square leg.
So another bowling change from the Loch Logan end. Looks like the captain, Janse van Rensburg, starts off with a dot ball. Janne Smith on strike. Played well yesterday. Got a start. Did show some intent. Gave the Knights innings some impetus.
Yeah, she would want to transfer that pressure back onto the Garden Route Badgers.
Well played through that mid-wicket area. Fielding done there by Asake Nyovane. But they managed to get through for 2.
Yeah, interesting field. Long on out in a third man. Short fine leg, square leg in mid wicket, on the ring, on the onside.
Quick single, yeah.
Oh, very good running from Portrita. Good urgency there to get that single.
Yeah, she backed up well and called for the run early. Smith a little bit late to respond, but the ball obviously going to the danger end. So good running there by Portrita. Spoke about the importance of rotating strike also during this format. Again, played over the covers for 4.
Very good shot from Portrita. Over extra cover for 4.
Her score moves on to 21 off 23 and the total to 29 for 1. Just have a look at that shot again. Again, excellent shot. Just laying back on that, playing it over the covers.
Another field change. Long on, long off, out. Third man back into the ring.
A little bit of width there. Just playing off the back foot straight to that extra cover fielder by Portrita. Just got to be careful with this field. Can't miss the stumps. Can't leave the stumps.
Yeah, big positive for these two batsmen. They're going at just below 100 strike rate, which is good at this stage of the game. Don't want to get dot up.
Just backward point. Excellent fielding there by Giselle Abrams. Well stopped, but preventing that boundary. They still managed to scamper through for the single.
Now that's the end of the over. 8 runs coming from it. Scored 30 for 1 after 6. That's the end of the first power play.
Yeah, 30 for 1, going at 5 and over. That early wicket for the Badgers. Evenly poised at this stage. She said earlier on, both these batters batting at almost 100 strike rate. Feel that they are settled and hopefully capitalize and accelerate here the innings for the Knights. See a bowling change. Giselle Abrams comes into the attack for her first over. Started off well yesterday. Did not finish that strong in her bowling spell. She's got decent control. 4-leg spinner. Does bowl the odd bad delivery, obviously. She picked up crucial wickets yesterday. Picked up the wicket of Mia Naismith, who's batting at the moment. Caught deep mid-wicket yesterday.
Yeah, I think if the Knights can put her under pressure early up in a spell.
She's going to have a deep square leg. Seems like a deep mid-wicket. Also long off out. So 3 fielders out for Abrams.
I think this middle period will be crucial for the Knights. Looking to rotate strike, get the odd boundary here and there. And as with that, we see another field.
Jana Nel going out to that sweeper boundary. So the 4 fielders out at the moment. Played to that sweeper.
Could be 2. And it is 2. Good running between Smith and Portrita.
Yeah, good awareness. Obviously knowing that Jana Nel, not the most agile player on the field. Ball went about 10 meters to the right and an easy 2 for them. Again, just off the back foot pass from backward point. This could run away for 4. And it does. So some momentum for the Knights. Good start to this over. 6 coming off it. Off the first 2 balls.
Yeah, very good start here. The second power play. Putting Abrams under pressure. 6 runs from 2 balls. Partnership 31 runs between Smith and Portrita.
Again, off the back foot into the covers. Good fielding done there by Mate.
Yeah, as soon as Abrams is under pressure, she keeps dropping it short. Yesterday she was nice and full. With good control.
We speak about getting the right fielders in place. If you look at this stage of the game and your boundary riders, Jana Nel on that sweeper boundary, might just be missing a little bit of a trick there. No ball called and swept away for 4. So excellent shot there by Mia Naismith. And the bonus of the no ball, this is a very expensive over for the Badgers. 11 conceded off this over already. And the free hit to come. Advancing to that mid-wicket boundary, over that mid-wicket boundary for a maximum.
Very good option there from Smith. Using her feet, get to the pitch of that delivery, needed over deep mid-wicket for 6.
Excellent over for the Knights. 17 coming off it.
With a ball to go.
Yeah, Mia Naismith transferring all that pressure now onto the Badgers. 41 for 7. 41 for 1 after 7 overs, 1 ball to go. Played into that extra cover fielder. A quick single and just managing to make a ground, Mia Naismith. Good fielding again there by Kayakaze Mate. So 19 coming off that Abrams over after 7 overs, 49 for 1. Mia Naismith on 17 of 11. Portrita going at 100 strike rate on 29. See another fielding change here. We all way to Bonia. Saw yesterday she bowled well in that middle phase. Does change the pace up. Looks to bowl wicket to wicket. She's going to have 5 fielders on the leg side. Long off, long on, out, deep mid wicket out, and a sweeper out.
One ball quite wide at times, and there's no third man in place.
Again, just onto that off stump. 2 extra cover. Could have so easily gone for 4. Just that length. Yeah, at times yesterday we did see that she tends to go a bit wide. The field suggests she needs to bowl straighter. That's the change of pace that we saw yesterday. Another dot ball.
Yeah, Bonia bowling with backward point, sweep on the offside, extra cover, long off, long on, deep mid wicket, square leg in the ring, in a 45.
Advancing again, Mia Naismith. Straight to that long off fielder for 1. So Captain Nicolien Jansen van Rensburg does the fielding at long off.
And the 50 comes up for the Knights. The 7th over.
And that 50 coming off. 46 balls. Played back to the bowler and a missed chance there. Yolandi Portrita plays that straight back to Bonia. She puts the catch down. And Yolandi Portrita gets a life on 29. Not the most difficult of chances. Again, driven down the ground by Mia Naismith. Good fielding by the captain, Jansen van Rensburg, on the long off boundary.
Yeah, very well fielded there by the captain. Both of these batsmen are fancying hitting the ball more on the offside. Only 4 fielders on the offside.
Again, that slower ball. Again, just using their feet to get to the pitch of it. Playing it down to long off for 1. So the end of that Bonya over. That over going for 4. Decent first over by Bonya. She had the opportunity and the chance that went begging there. Could have gotten rid of Portrita. Portrita is just looking to play that ball through the offside. Just getting the inside half of the bat on it. And the ball popping back to Bonya, who couldn't hold on to the catch. So after 8 overs, 53 for 1. Portrita on 31. Mia Naismith on 19. This partnership for 48. A good partnership for the Knights. And they lost the early wicket of Ilandra Janse van Rensburg. As we see another bowling change for the Badgers. Jana Nel coming into the attack from the Willows end.
Yeah, I think the Knights would want to put Yara now under pressure. The same they did with Abrams. Abrams just bowling that 1 over for 19 runs.
Yeah, Nel, she's got a long off and a long on out. Deep mid wicket. She's got a deep square as well. That sweeper coming into the ring on the offside. So again suggesting that she's going to target the stumps here. Some width. Run down to that third man boundary, but not enough pace on it. Just for 1. Abrams does the fielding.
Yeah, that's a very good option to get to rotate strike. Maybe playing the reverse if it's outside off stump.
Advancing Mia Naismith straight into that extra cover fielder. Mate does the fielding. So not a lot of pace that Jana now bowls with. A little bit short tuck to that square leg for 1. So the Knights rotating the strike well, and that partnership has gone to 50 of 38 balls, 1 maximum and 4 boundaries in that partnership. Portrita 27 of that, Smith 20. Excellent partnership here for the Knights. Again, just played into the covers.
Yeah, very good partnership here between Portrita and Smith.
2 balls left.
Gonna make it another big one here.
Straight back to the bowler. Good over so far from Jana now. She is a player that can impact games, as we saw. A couple of valuable innings displayed with the bat. Advancing, driven straight to long off. Should only be 1. Saki Nyovane does the fielding.
And that's the over 3 runs coming from it. 56 for 1 after 9.
That run rate achieved now at 6.2. The Knights would like to up the ante a bit with wickets in hand. Want to push that run rate achieved up. Bonya to continue from the Loch Logan end. Still got this field with the 5 fielders on the leg side. Does suggest that she's also going to target the stumps. Inside edge. Bit of good fortune there for Mia Naismith or Yolandi Portrita. They do manage to go through for the single.
Yeah, I don't know if Yolandi Portrita is aware that Mika Derrida is standing up. She was standing outside the crease, facing that delivery.
Big LBW appeal. Umpire Killian not interested. Yeah, she was looking to. You absolutely spot on there, Justin. Bit of a risky option there for Yolandi Portrita with that previous delivery. She's also looking to access the offside. So trying to give herself room. Big shot by Mia Naismith over deep mid wicket for 6.
Once again, a very good option there. Got into a good position. Slightly too straight there from Bonya.
So we look at that again. Proper swing of the bat. And Naismith getting into a strong position and dispatching that for 6. Slower ball again and again. Smith goes big. This time just one bounce 4. So Naismith is putting Bonya under pressure here. 11 coming off this over. Just what the Knights needed. It was the slower ball, but Naismith got into that slog sweep position early. But a width offered there, and Bonya's lucky to get away with that. It's just a backward point in place. And that could have easily gone for 4 as well. Unfortunately, the execution letting Naismith down. And she's bowled her. Big wicket for the Badgers. 11 off that over, and the last ball, Naismith looking to still go hard and looked like it was the Yorker. Bonya's taken the big scalp of Naismith as we look at that. Yeah, just a length, looked like a fuller length ball that Naismith missed out on. She departs for 30. Naismith of 22 balls, so an excellent strike rate, 2 boundaries and 2 maximums. And that partnership over 50. 67 for 2 after 10, the Knights.
Yeah, partnership of 62 between Portrita and Smith. Smith just lose focus on that occasion. Already got 11 of that over. Wanted to go hard at the ball again. Just losing her shape a bit. A big wicket for the Garden Route Badgers.
It's under 19. Luyanda and Zuza making her way to the crease. Bowled exceptionally well yesterday. Picked up those 3 wickets. Can also play her part with the bat. Think she's got a lot of potential, this girl.
Yeah, let's hope that she can put some runs on the board today. It's her birthday today as well.
Yana Nell to continue. Off the back foot past that extra cover fielder for 1. So happy birthday to Luyanda. Hope she gives herself a nice birthday present today. Obviously from the KZN area. Move down to the Free State to come and play professional cricket down here.
Yana Nell to Zuza. Deep square out, deep mid wicket and long on.
Off the back foot to backward point.
Yeah, we saw yesterday Luyanda. Very strong off the back foot. So another rebuilding phase here for the Knights.
Just the one for Zuza. Straight to mid to long on. As we said, the last match of the season for these ladies. Advancing Portrita, getting to the pitch of it, just getting the single to long on. So the Knights rotating strike well here. Important that they do that, not just looking for the big shots. 3 coming off this over so far.
Yeah, the Knights in a good position once again. 70 after 10.4 overs.
So Nell's only got the 3 fielders out. Long on, deep mid wicket and a deep square leg. He's got a slip in place. Just that single again for Zuza. So another good over there by Yana Nell. She's bowled 2 overs now and just conceded the 7 runs.
Yeah, for the night, Yolandi Portrita has to bat through this innings.
The bowling change from the Loch Logan end. Annery Derrickson coming back into the attack. Her first spell, she's bowled 2 overs, conceding 8 runs. Fine leg, third man. Sweep out in the offside and a deep square leg does suggest that she's going to bowl that back over length. So expecting her to bowl some hard lengths here. Could even see the short ball. She pitches this one up, just played into the covers for a single by Zuza.
There's a lot of runs and off a square of the wicket.
Zal Abrams in that backward point position. Very good fielder. Again, pitched up. Excellent effort there by the captain. She's put it down, but you've got to commend the effort by Nicolene Janse van Rensburg diving to her left. And that would have been an excellent catch had she held on to that.
Yeah, very good effort. That's a very good effort from Nicolene Janse van Rensburg.
Just having a look at that. Hopefully this camera angle does it justice. You can see her diving to her left. Unfortunately for her, she's put it down. Full toss. And it's put away by Zuza. Not great bowling there from Annery Derrickson. If you look at this field and if you look at the execution, every ball in this over has been pitched up, and that one over pitched, full toss. It's gone for 4. Bonus runs there for the Knights. So Derrickson at the moment not executing to the plans that we are seeing out here. This time around, she does bowl that back over length delivery. And just another dot ball played back to the bowler.
Yeah, we spoke about the strike rotation. The Knights are doing that very well. They can just get that one boundary in and over. Especially in this middle phase of the game.
Again, that short ball. And Zuza does well to get out of the way of that. And the last 2 balls, the plans and the execution talking to one another.
Very well ball from Derrickson. Well directed once again. Field change. You see a deep mid wicket going out. Sweep on the offside, comes back into the ring.
Again, down leg. Big appeal. Umpire reckons that came off the thigh pad. So that's the end of the 12th over. 77 for 2. The Knights. Good start. This partnership now 10. This rate achieved 6.4. Said earlier the Knights would like to pick that up a little bit. Make sure that they get close to that 130, 140 mark at this stage. They do have wickets in hand.
Yeah, once again, Michelle May on the field for Derrickson. Don't know if she's struggling with an injury.
You can see the physio doing some work with Derrickson. Jana Nell into her 3rd over. Only conceding the 7. Knights need to put her under pressure in this over. 4 fielders out. Advancing. Just straight to long off for 1.
Yeah, I think Zuza likes playing that reverse sweep. It's a good option for a boundary, especially against Yananel, bowling it slow outside off stump.
Full toss. She's going to only get 1 for that. Missed out straight to that fielder, deep square leg.
Yeah, Yananel doing well in this middle period.
Full toss again and pulled away straight to that deep mid wicket fielder. Just put it down. Coming back, looking to come back for the second. Julia Hall has put that one down. She's made some yards off that fence. Got her hand to it. But unfortunately, she's put that chance down. Portrita gets another life. We see that missed opportunity there by the Badgers. Another single as Zuza just plays the last ball to the leg side.
Yeah, Portrita getting dropped on 29, 38.
Slog sweep between those two fielders. Should come back for the second this time around. Zuza hesitating and again ball watching. Portrita comes back for the second. Zuza was watching the ball. Portrita called her back for the second run, which they eventually got. 6 runs so far off this Yana now over. Again, Portrita advancing and just playing that to that long on fielder for 1. Good over by the Knights. And Zuza has got the tendency of, getting herself run out in some of the games, watching the ball, not backing up at times. Just a bit of inexperience, something that she's got to improve on in her game. 84 for 2 after 13. This partnership now 17. Knights off to a good start. So we see Yolandi Portrita, another life on 38. She's on 42, not out, batting at 100 strike rate. And with Luyanda and Zuza, 9 not out of 11 balls. Still a lot of batting to come. Captain is also years. Verunisa ready, can all bat. Annika Swart.
And Nicoline Jansen van Rensburg from the Lock Logan end. Holding to Portrita. Michelle May off the field. Derrickson back on the field.
Driven to long off for 1. So Nicoline Jansen van Rensburg back in the attack for her second over. Gone for 8 in her first over.
Just to get back on that point, that running between the wickets. Zuza not running that first one hard. Watching the ball.
Play and a miss from Zuza.
Just to make sure that she runs that first one hard.
Especially in this format, you've got to put pressure on the fielders. You've got to make sure that you look to turn those 1s into 2s. Like I said, just area of the game that a lot of young players can do from. Just play to that backward point fielder. Abrams does well in that position. She's a good fielder, Giselle Abrams. It's just the 4 fielders out, long off, long on, deep mid wicket and a sweeper out. Does suggest that she could take the pace off it every now and then. She's bowled her. Excellent delivery from the captain, Janse van Rensburg. Hitting the base of that off stump. That's the end of Zuza. She departs for 9. Excellent bowling there by Nicolien Janse van Rensburg, and Zuza getting that 9 runs of 14 balls, just the one boundary. She does tend to sit on the back foot a little bit, Zuza. And in that case, not getting into position to keep that out.
Yeah, very well all day from the captain.
New batter out in the middle, Veronisa Reddy, the Knights wicket keeper.
Yeah, Nicolene Jansen van Rensburg got a nick of picking up wickets. We saw that yesterday. At crucial periods, he's picking up wickets. He's bowled well at death yesterday as well. Ready coming to the crease. I think it's important for the Knights. Everybody coming in next. Look to score. Make sure that strike rate is over 100. Especially with 6 overs left after this one.
They've got the 7 wickets in hand. And you would expect them to at least look at getting a runner ball from here on in. Big LBW shot and he's given her. So fuller delivery and Reddy goes back to that and tapped on LBW by Janse van Rensburg. Suddenly on a hat-trick. The Knights lost 2 quick wickets, 85 for 4. Only concern was maybe if that would have gone down leg. Having a look at it again. She does have that trigger movement, but it looks adjacent. And umpire Heinrich Kilian thinks that would have hit the stumps, and that's the end of Reddy. She departs without troubling the scorers. Very interesting here. We see Evodia Yakile making her way to the crease.
No, you can't let to face the hat-trick ball. There's 1 ball left in the over.
So Nicolien Janse van Rensburg on a hat-trick. Obviously, Zintle Kula sitting out today. So the Knights in a position where Yakile has to come in at 6 and come in back. She's done well to keep that out full and straight by Nicolien Janse van Rensburg, given herself every chance of getting the wicket. But Yakele does well, and that's the end of the 14th over, 85 for 4.
Yeah, that's a very good over from Nicolene Jansen van Rensburg. Only conceding 1 run, taking 2 wickets in that over. Momentum on the side of the Garden Route Badgers.
So you see another bowling change. Kayakaze Mate coming back into the attack from the Willows End. She's bowled 2 overs, 1 for 8. Done well early on with the new ball. She's going to have long off, long on out, sweep on the offside and a deep mid wicket. She's on the ball to Yolandi Portrita. Slower ball, just played to mid wicket. Not enough, not a lot of pace to work with there.
Yeah, this is the last over of that middle period before we go to the back end of this innings.
Up in the air, over the bowler's head for 6.
That's a very good shot from Yolandi Portrita. Like I said, he needs to bat through this innings.
Yolandi Portrita, just as we look at that again, looking to use her feet and getting to the pitch of that. Dispatches that for 6. Good momentum again here for the Knights. Short. Portrita not executing or getting any bat on that.
Yeah, Portrita on 49 or 46 balls, 1 away from that half century.
Yeah, she's done well here for the Knights in the last match. Bit of a farewell present for the province. Is she going to get that single? Yes, she is. Evodia Yakela is slow off the mark. She
That's
does
a
manage
50.
to make a ground, and that's 50 for Yolandi Portrita in her final game.
Well played, Yolandi Portrita.
That 50 coming off 47 balls, 1 maximum and 4 boundaries. So again, Yolandi Portrita does the job for Free State as she's done so many times in the past. Last season's South African Player of the Year. So for Yakela, we see only 2 fielders out. Long on, a deep mid wicket. Using a full toss past the bowler. Should be 1, but Yakela is slow to get to the bowler's end.
Yeah, 1 ball to go before we get into the back end of this innings. Like I said, Portrita will want to bat out this innings to get the Knights to a competitive total. The score 93 for 4 after 14.5 overs.
Short again and pulled over mid wicket. Just for 1. Julia Hall does the fielding. So good over there for the Knights, taking their total to 94 for 4 after 15. Mate conceding 9 runs in that over. So we go into that back end of the innings, 5 overs remaining, 6 wickets in hand.
Yeah, it's been a good middle period for the Knights. Getting 64 runs in that middle period. And the Garden Badgers taking 3 wickets. We're in the back end of this innings.
Again, Portrita just playing that towards that backward point position. Ever reliable. Giselle Abrams does the fielding. So Nicoline Janse van Rensburg picked up those 2 wickets in her previous over. Pull things back slightly for the Badgers. Good player, Nicoline Janse van Rensburg. Again, just the single this time. Yakela not the quickest between the wickets. And it would be interesting to see how Yakela goes about this. As I said, still some batting to come. The captain is also here, is Giselle Janse van Rensburg, Annika Swart. Can all bat. Yakela playing that straight to that middle fielder.
I don't think the Garden Badgers would mind bowling to Yakele. They only got 1 fielder out in the deep mid wicket. Everybody's in the ring, saving that 1 run. This is important. Dot balls at this stage of the game.
Yakela looking to run that down to that 3rd man boundary, looking to use the pace, not managing to get any bat on it. So a little bit of pressure created here by the captain Janse van Rensburg. They would want to keep Yakela on strike for as long as possible. Yakela needs to take a chance here. She uses her feet, does swing at that. It's going to go past the covers. Should come back for the second run. So if Vodia Yakela shows some intent, gets back on that, and helps herself to 2 valuable runs. Score moves on to 97 for 4. 1 more left in this over.
Yeah, the field is spreading. Four people on the boundary.
Driven down the ground by Yakela just for 1, and she'll retain the strike.
Yeah, good awareness from the Garden Road Badgers. 1 ball left, spreading the field, getting Yakela back on strike.
Yeah, exactly what they wanted. So Yakela needs to make the play in this next over, the 17th. Only 4 overs left. Get the feeling that Portrita will tell her to chance her arm and take a look to play a big shot in this over.
Yana Nell from the Willows end.
And still for Yakela, only the 2 fielders out, 3 fielders out. Long on, deep mid wicket, and a deep square leg.
Yeah, Yana Nell in a final over.
Big swing by Yakela. Down the ground to long on. Just for 1, she's done well there to get off strike and get Portrita on strike. First ball of the over. It's what the Knights should have wanted. See how Portrita is going to go about this. 4 players out for her. Using her feet over backward point. Should run away for 4. Excellent shot by Yolandi Portrita.
Yeah, that picks up the 100 for the Knights. Very good shot from Portrita, using her feet. Getting down, hitting the ball over point. 4-4. Much needed boundary for the Knights.
So that gets the 100 up for the Knights. 103 for 4 after 16.2 overs. And that 100 coming off 99 balls. Short again this time. Yana now coming around the wicket. Portrita not managing to get any back on that. She's looking to give herself room and play the ball through the offside. This time around she does move across her stumps, look to access the leg side, and Yana now gets the breakthrough. Bowls Portrita. Portrita departs for 56 of 52 balls. Good knock by Yolandi Portrita. 53 balls for that 56. 5 boundaries and the 1 maximum. She's gotten a team into a position where they can post a decent total. The experienced Jana now coming around the wickets the last 2 balls and manages to get the breakthrough and the big wicket of Yolandi Potgieter. Just looking at her wagon wheel, she scores all over the ground, but mostly through that offside. Loves the offside, Yolandi Potgieter.
A very good knock. She will be pleased with that last outing. Getting 56 runs for the team.
New batter out in the middle for the Knights. The captain is Alceliers. Just looking at her strike rate in this format, 77. Not the best. The Knights would look at her and expect her to bat. Reverse sweep for 1. Should only be 1 if you look at the running between the wickets of Ivodia, Yekele. So Saliers needs to up that strike rate in this game. She's going to get the Knights past that 120, 130 mark.
Yeah, but good intention there by Saliers. First ball, reverse sweep.
Swept by Yekele. Are they going to come? They're not going to come back for the second. Only the 1. But what Yekele is doing well at the moment is that she's not eating up any balls. She is actually getting bat on ball, but In this case, again, Badges wouldn't mind getting her on strike. She's got a single off the last ball and she's going to face the 18th over.
Now that's the end of Yana Nels' spell with 21 in their 4 overs, getting the big wicket off your line Portrita. So very good spell in the middle period here for Yana Nel.
3 overs to go. Your prediction here, Justin? 120, 125?
Yeah, 125. They will look to get past that 125 mark. Would be modest total here. But
Yes.
anything past that 120 mark, they will feel to give themselves a chance.
Kele just advancing slightly, getting outside of a crease and playing that towards long on, doing the job again, getting off strike first ball. She's got 7 of 9 balls at the moment. She's done reasonably well. And now the captain is Alceliers, needs to make the play. 17 balls left in this game.
Now once again, then big vacant area mid wicket.
Playing a miss. Looking to play that almost through the leg side. Alceliers.
Yeah, good option for Seals. We need to look to it straight. Long on is quite square. Hit the ball past the bowler. Maybe 2 runs on off if she hits straight past the bowler.
Driven straight to mid wicket or extra cover. Sorry. Yeah, Alceliers just a part of a game that's become a bit worrying over the last couple of games is that that strike rate of hers. Again, played too long on just for the single. Should only be 1. Fielding done there by Asake Nyovane. Yakele using her feet again, getting outside of a crease, getting back on that, watching the ball. Misfield by Maritz. Short third man and Evodia Yakele ball watching, but Izal Salia is calling her through to come through for the single. Salia is on strike.
Oh, 1 ball to go. This has been a good over for the Gardner Badges. 3 runs coming from it. 2 dot balls in it. 1 ball to go. Nicolini Jansen van Rensburg bowling a final delivery.
Inside edge. Just for 1. Oh, shy at the stumps and it would have been out at it hit.
That's the end to the over.
Andre Derksen collecting that ball at short fine leg. Evodia Yakele was not in the ground. Not that hit, that would have been the end of Yakele as it stands, 109 for 5. After 18. Last 2 overs of this game, and Izal Salia will be on strike for the Knights. Looks like Mate to bowl the second last over from the Willows end. She's only got long off, long on out, in a deep mid wicket. 4 Salia. 6 fielders in the ring.
Yeah, very well bowled there by the captain Nicolini Jansen van Rensburg, completing a spell of 4 overs, 2 for 17.
To say that Viana now drops to that offside sweeper boundary. First a lap there from Izal Salia, looking to get into that off stump channel and looking to lap that, but only getting the 1 foot. Only the single.
A very good anticipation there from Henri Derrickson. Just keep it down to 1. But a very good option there from Cilliers. Nobody in that fine leg area.
Yeah, and to Yukele, those two fielders long off, and that sweeper coming back into the ring. Yukele will most probably look to advance again, as she does. Gets outside of a crease, and she gets stumped. Good bowling there from Mate. Saw Yukele coming down the wicket, just moving outside of a crease, and she bowls it slightly wider, and wicket does the rest. Evodia Yukele departs for 8 of 10 balls. So only 10 balls left as we see Yukele moving outside of a crease. Mate bowls that wider delivery, and Mika Darada does the rest. New batter in for the Knights, Annika Swart. Another player that has represented South Africa at under 19 level, Annika Swart. Also an excellent fielder. She's going to join Isal Cilliers at the crease. 10 balls left in this night's innings.
Yeah, I think the running between the wickets will improve. Annika Swart, very quick between the wickets.
She's a bit of a whippet. So just the two fielders still out for Annika Swart. Could the Badgers be missing a trick here? Off the back foot into the covers, and she does go through for that quick single. Good fielding there by Nadine Moodley in that extra cover position. So we see those two fielders, 3 balls left in this over. Long off goes out, sweeper goes out on the offside. So we've got the 4 fielders out for Cilliers. Shorter over the bowler's head. Should only be 1, but Swart is coming back for the second. She does make her ground. Excellent running from Annika Swart. Spoke about the running between the wickets that will definitely improve and the fielders be put under pressure here. That's exactly what Annika Swart brings to the crease.
And once again, a very good option from Cilliers to straight.
2 balls left in the second last over. Wide. Again a stumping chance. And the umpire, Andy Killian, says not out. Looked like a bit of a bottom edge. That just gave his Cilliers enough time to get back into a crease. Now half foot was down. Some good glove work there from Mika Darada. So the last over of this game, just looking at that scoreboard and that 120 mark, still on the cards here for the Knights. Last over to be bowled by Henri Derrickson. Again, if you look at this field, it's got this 4 fielders out on the leg side. Fine leg, deep square leg, deep mid wicket and a long on. So no guessing as to what her game plan is here.
Yeah, the Knights on 113 for 6. 6 balls to go. Derrickson to Swart.
And she's bowled her. Annika Swart moving towards the off stump and moving around in the crease, and unfortunately for her, not getting any bat on that. She was looking to play that to the spine leg area. And, the old adage, You miss, I hit. Derksen takes the middle stump out of the ground. Just looking to move across the crease. Next is this fine leg area. That's the end of Annika Swart. A new batter making her way to the crease, Giselle Janssen van Rensburg. Excellent bowling there from Annerie Derksen. Just maybe moving too far across her crease. Not getting into a position to get back on ball. Must say the Badgers bowled reasonably well here at the death also. Good bowling from the captain, Janssen van Rensburg, Martin, now Derksen. This time around, just down leg for wide. Still got this four fielders out on the leg side. So it's clear to see what her lines will be. She's going to bowl that straighter lines. Might even throw in the short ball straight to that extra cover fielder. So 4 balls left in this innings, and the Knights would be hoping that both these batters could give them some momentum going into their bowling. Cilliers, again, that strike rate just flattering a bit to deceive. Pulled away, should only be 1. And it is only 1. Nadine Woodley does the fielding.
Yeah, very well bowled there by Derksen. Bowling to a field. 3 balls to go. The Knights on 115 for 7.
Full top edge. Should only be 1 down to fine leg.
The last boundary came in the 17th over. This is 2 balls left in this innings. Can the Knights get past that 120 mark with 2 balls to go?
Short over the keeper. Did she get any bat on that? Umpire says she got some bat on that, so fell into open ground and just a single.
A well directed bouncer again from Derksen. He's been very impressive with that bouncer.
Last ball of this innings. Are they going to get past the 120 mark? The Knights. Ken Boulder. Cross the line. Derksen full and straight. And that's the end of Cilliers. 7 for 10 after 10 for 7 of 10 deliveries. And that's the end of the Knights innings. They finish on 117 for 8 after their 20 overs. Cilliers only managing to get that 7 runs off that 11 balls. Spoke about strike rate in this format. Unfortunately for the Knights, they fall short of that 120 mark, but they've given themselves something to bowl at. Saw yesterday what early wickets does when Giselle Janssen van Rensburg picked up those 2 early wickets with the first 2 balls of the match, of the Badgers innings. They're going to be hoping to do the same here and look to defend the 117. Mainstay of the innings was Yolandi Portrita playing in her final match. She got some good support from Jan Naismith. Before we go for lunch, we just look at that summary scorecard. Portrita 56 of 53. Good support from Smith. And the rest not really getting into double figures. Excellent bowling from the seam bowlers, Van Rensburg, Derksen and Mate, all picking up those 2 wickets, and Yana now bowling well in that middle phase of the game. So the Knights would need to bowl well here and back it up with good fielding to defend that 117.
Yeah, the back end definitely belonged to the Garden Route Badgers. The last 5 overs, the Knights only couldn't get 23 runs. The Garden Route Badgers picking up 4 wickets. So 117 for 8 in 20 overs. Garden Route Badgers needing 118 runs to win.
We're going to have a short lunch break and we'll chat to you after the break. Guys. Okay. So we're back here at Mangaung Oval for the second innings to see if the Badgers can chase down that 118 runs to win. Out in the middle for the Badgers, the two openers, Nadine Mudley and Asake Nyovane. They will look to get the Badgers on track to chase down that score. With the new ball for the Knights. Pick of the bowlers yesterday, Giselle Janssen van Rensburg to take the new ball from the Loch Logan end. She's going to have a fine leg and a third man to start proceedings off.
Yeah, interesting once again, starting with that second slip in gully. She normally brings the ball back into the right hand as we saw yesterday.
Good start again here, just a little bit too straight. Ball going down the leg side. No wide signal, so the umpire reckons that just touched the pads or the thigh pad.
Just the cloud cover now. Ball might move a bit more.
Again, just too straight. Play down to that fine leg fielder, Evodia Yakele does the fielding. So the Knights in their power play ended on 30 for 1. It's going to be interesting to see how the Badgers approach this power play. Just too straight to start off by Giselle Janssen van Rensburg. Excellent start yesterday. Again, that shape back into the right-handed Asake Nyovane.
Now that's the line of attack for Giselle Janssen van Rensburg. We saw that yesterday.
See that second slip. Annika Swart, captain, is also here in that gully area. Off the back foot into the covers. Fielding done there by Luyanda and Zuza.
Yeah, I think the bowling will be key, especially the fielding as well. To defend 117.
They've got to back the bowlers up in the field. Driven down the ground, straight to that mid-on fielder.
When it's a slight field change, gully goes into that cover area. So just a second slip in place for Giselle Janssen van Rensburg to Asake Nyovane.
Played into the covers. Strengthening that cover field, and that's another dot ball. That's just one off the first over. Good start by the Knights. The Knights looks like they're going to start off with the off spinner, Luyanda and Zuza. She's going to take the new ball. This is interesting.
Yeah, very interesting call. She's bowled the new ball in the season. It's something they've been practicing.
Bowled well yesterday, picking up those 3 wickets. She's going to have a deep mid wicket and a deep square leg out. Just looking at this field, obviously we'll look to target the stumps.
And as we saw yesterday, a lot of our runs came in that third man area. Still a vacant position.
Good start here by Zuza.
Yeah, very good start attacking the stumps. Especially when you're bowling with a new ball, you want to attack the stumps.
Driven. Excellent fielding in the covers by Yolandi Portrita. Prevented that from getting through the ring. Just a single to the total.
Yeah, very good fielding from Yolandi Portrita. We normally see it backward point. Just an extra cover position.
Just looking at where Annika Swart is fielding. She's a whippet in the field, and that it's better. Giovanni just coming forward and defending that out into the covers. So Annika Swart in that deep mid-wicket position. Over the top, over mid-on. Not going to get to the boundary. They are going to come back for the second.
Well, that was close.
That thrown beam was it? Not the worst throw, but unfortunately for the Knights, not over the top of the stumps. And Nadine Moodley does manage to make a ground. See there, maybe Zuza could have done better. Again, just straight there to that long on fielder. Just for one. One more left in the second over. So this over from Zuza going for 4 as it stands. Almost playing that onto the stumps, but kept out. That's the end of the second over. 5 without loss. Good start here by the Knights.
Yeah, the Knights were also 5 after 2 overs. Gardenwood Badgers needing 113 from 108 deliveries. So if the Knights can apply pressure by bowling dot balls.
Giselle Janse van Rensburg to continue. From the Willows end, from the Loch Logan end.
Still leaving that second slip in position.
Again, just to straight. Down to that fine leg area where Vodia Yakela does the fielding. Just a lack of awareness here from the Badgers. They'd have seen that Yakela does not have a strong arm. Not pushing hard enough for that second. Spoke about the importance of running between the wickets and running that first run hard. Every run counts in this format.
Just starting the ball too straight.
Again, play through that square leg area. They should come back for the second. Good fielding there by Lucian Swartz.
And Moodley targeting that square leg area with the ball, shaping back into a. Maybe getting Annika Swadley in that square leg position.
Wide this time. Saw a lot of movement through the air yesterday with the new ball especially. I haven't seen that today. Giselle Janse van Rensburg just struggling to find her lines at the moment. Yesterday on the money from ball 1. Play to mid on. Three balls left in this third over. Up in the air. Taken.
Yeah, very good catch there from Yana Smith.
That's the end of Nadine Woodley. Looking to play that through the leg side, looked like a leading edge. And Miana Smith running in from that middle position to take that catch. Good catch in the end. See that ball. Miana Smith making a ground. Taking a good catch in the end. And that's the end of Woodley for 4 of 8 balls. First wicket down for the Badgers. 9 for 1 in the third over. As we see the new batter making her way to the ground, Yana Nell.
Yeah, as I mentioned before, they would be targeting that square leg area. Wanting to hit the ball to square on that occasion. Leading edge.
Yana Nell can be a dangerous customer. Seen her play some important knocks for the Badgers. The Knights will want to see the back of her.
Yeah, Yana now quite strong in that mid-wicket, deep mid-wicket area. Likes to hit square leg, deep mid-wicket, going across it.
So again, Giselle Janssen van Rensburg in the wickets.
I think a good option will be to find leg in the ring, maybe having a deep square out. Yana now.
Forward defensive, just straight to backward point. RBW shout, and she's given her. That's the end of Yana now. Big wicket again for Giselle Janssen van Rensburg. Umpire Heinrich Killian says that's adjacent. That would have hit the stumps. And that's the end of Yana now. Just faced the 2 balls. 9 for 2, the Badgers.
Yeah, very well ball from Giselle Janssen van Rensburg. Getting the wicket to Yana now. She goes without troubling the scorers.
Just having a look at that again. Does seem like she'd get that front pad across the stumps, and unfortunately for her, not getting any bat on it, and that looks like it's going to hit the stumps.
Yeah, new batter to the crease, Henry Derrickson.
She'll be the difference between the two sides here. The Knights can get her early, put themselves in a strong position to win this game. So yesterday they dropped her early on in her innings. Luckily for them, she didn't do too much damage. Good catch taken at second slip yesterday by Giselle Janssen van Rensburg off the bowling of Kula. Leanda and Zuza to continue. Off the back foot, Asake Giovanni. It's got a long on and a deep mid wicket out. Zuza. Giovanni getting an inside edge there, indicating that you wanted to hit that through the offside, but the ball going out to that square leg fielder. Straight to mid-off, past mid-off for 4. Giselle Janssen van Rensburg this time not managing to cut that off. Was hit hard by Asake Giovanni.
Yeah, that's the first boundary for the Gardenwood Badgers. their batting innings. First boundary comes the fourth over. Yeah, another dot ball there from Zuza.
Again, just looking for that single. Good fielding there by his Alsliers from that mid-wicket position.
Now 1 ball to go in the over.
Pulled away. Straight to square leg. So after 4 overs, 13 for 2.
Yeah, 4 runs coming from that over. Just did 1 boundary.
Two more overs in this power play. And seems like we're going to have a third over from Giselle Janssen van Rensburg. She's moved another fielder across to that leg side. Annika Swan going to that square leg fielding position. Third man up in the ring. And long on out. So 2 fielders out, long on. And a fine leg. Just too wide. Straight to the covers. Seen a lot less movement today with them through the air. Still, Janssen van Rensburg picked up those 2 early wickets. Well, bowled off the back foot to mid-off. No addition to the score.
Yeah, I think with those 2 dot balls, the deletion will definitely be square on the onside. With no one on the boundary on that occasion. Maybe just bring your fine leg up, hitting a deep square in.
That one coming back at Derrickson, just running it down to that short third man. Wimampe and Sane does the fielding.
3 dot balls in a row.
Good start to this 5th over, especially if you consider that it's being bowled to Derrickson. Can be a very destructive cricketer.
Yeah, release shot might be coming.
Thrown again straight to mid-off. Another dot ball.
4 dot balls in a row. No change in the field. Still just fine leg out and long on. You can say that fine leg comes back into the ring. Long on, long off out. 2 balls to go.
The back foot through the covers. Is it going to get to the boundary? Yes. Welcome boundary for Andre Derrickson. Good shot there off the back foot. Punched it through the covers.
Well play there by Derrickson. Touch too short there for Giselle. Still long on, long off out. 1 ball to go.
Again, just through the covers again for 4.
Once again off that back foot. Very good shot.
So good end to the over for the Badgers.
8 runs coming from that over. 21 for 2 after 5. 1 over left in the power play. It's a very good over for the Garden Route Badgers. 2 consecutive fours in the 5th over. And Zuza to continue from the Willows end.
Scoreboard just updating. See both batters on 8. It's partnership now 12. Zuza to bowl the last over of the power play to Asake and Yobani. Deep mid wicket and a long on out. Big shot. Just straight to mid wicket. Over mid wicket this time to that long on fielder for 1. Landry Jansen van Rensburg does the fielding. Derksen will face her first ball from Leander and Zuza. Still just the deep mid wicket and the long on out. But a width, playing a miss wide. Umpire down low signals the wide.
Yeah, that's the second wide in the Knights.
Better this time from Zuza straight to mid off. And this time around, Giselle Jansen van Rensburg does the fielding. Off the back foot, straight to mid wicket again. 2 dot balls.
Now 2 balls to go in this over.
Just to straight this time, and she's after on the way to past that short square leg and short third man, short fine leg for 4.
Yeah, once again a welcome boundary there for the Garden Route Badgers.
Not the best line to bowl there for Zuza. See fine leg in the ring, square leg, and that ball just played between the two of them. Driven straight down the ground for 1 to long on. That's the end of the power play. End of the 6th over, 28 for 2, the Badgers.
Oh, that's the over 7 runs coming from the Zuza over. At the same stage, the Knights were 30 for 1 after 6. Garden Route Badgers 28 for 2 after 6.
The big fish out in the middle, Annery Derksen.
Now the Badgers needing 90 of 84 deliveries.
Bowling change for the Knights. Lucian Swartz from the Loch Logan end. Had a bit of an indifferent start yesterday. Just struggled a bit to find her length. The Knights would be hoping that she's on the money today. She did offer that early chance where they dropped Annery Derksen off her bowling in the gully yesterday. So hopefully she can look to pick up the big wicket here of Annery Derksen. So just the 3 fielders out. As I say that, 4 fielders out. Long on, long off. Deep mid wicket and a sweep on the offside for Derksen.
Yeah, no mid wicket in place, and there's a big vacant area in that mid wicket area to get some runs for the Garden Route Badgers. So a square leg in a 45 on the leg side. On the onside, short third man backward point in the extra cover.
Just played into the covers. Good start here by Lucian Swartz.
Yeah, Lucian Swart normally take the ball away from the right-hander. In this middle period, the Knights scored 64 runs.
Off the back foot to that long off fielder for one. The Knights wouldn't mind having Derksen off strike. No change in the field for Asake Nyovani.
I think maybe just getting another player or two in the circle just to create that pressure.
Yeah, and then we see that long off fielder does come into the ring, into that mid off position, deep mid wicket, going a bit squarer.
Yeah, this is a better field placing for Lucian Swart. Having that mid wicket in place.
So third man out, sweeper, long on, deep mid wicket. And she's bowled her!
Very well bowled from Lucian Swart. Attacking the stumps. Fuller length delivery. Sees the end of Saka Giovanni for 9 runs of 16 balls.
So Lucian Swart does the business here for the Knights. Picks up the third wicket for the Knights. Giovanni departs for 9. And the Badgers 29 for 3 in the 7th over.
Yeah, like I said, the field placing on that delivery was very good for the Knights.
Excellent delivery by Lucian Swart. Now we see, looks like Julia Hall making her way to the crease. It's the captain, Nicolien Jansen van Rensburg. So these are the two key batters here for the Badgers. Annerie Derksen and Nicolien Jansen van Rensburg. If the Badgers are going to win this game, the two of them need to get the bulk of this runs. 89 runs to win off 81 balls. Both of them very much capable of doing that. Rate achieved at the moment 4.5. Looking to score at 6.6 from here on in. Immediately you see long off, long on out, sweep on the offside and a deep mid wicket, fairly square. Game just straight back to the bowler.
I think just for that delivery, maybe having another player in the circle. It's a new batsman. And with 2 balls to go, you can set the field out again, spread the field, get on strike again, keep Andre Derksen off strike.
Right down to long on for 1. Lucian Swart. Good start by Lucian Swart here today.
Yeah, I think she feels more comfortable with that older ball. She opened the bowling yesterday. And she struggled bowling with that new ball. More control, better control today.
Good lines. Straight to that mid wicket fielder, but they do scamper through for the single. Extra cover fielder, apologies.
Now that's the end of the over. 3 runs coming from it. The Badgers 31 for 3 after 7 overs.
So good start here by the Knights. Badgers in a bit of spot of bother. 3 wickets down. They've got their 2 best batters out in the middle.
Now Zuza to continue from the Willows end.
She's going to bowl her last, 4th and last over for 4 out in the boundary, long off, long on, deep mid wicket and a deep square leg. She's going to bowl to Derrickson. Verse, wide. Seen a couple of wides from Zuza.
Yeah, even though she went for the reverse sweep, umpire still gave it wide.
Straight to this time on the stumps. Dot ball. Zuza would want to finish her spell off well. Going for 16 at the moment. Again, good delivery, but play down to that long off fielder for 1. Fielding done there by Giselle Janssen van Rensburg. Nicolene Janssen van Rensburg taking her guard. And will be facing her first delivery off from Leanda and Zuza. See that long off fielder coming into the ring. Just a 3 out at the moment. Driven down the ground to long on. Should only be 1. Leanda Janssen van Rensburg does the fielding.
Yeah, long off goes out again for Derrickson. Goes on 16 or 15 balls. Coming at a strike rate of 100. Just over 100.
Verse sweep again. Good execution. Chase here from Mampensani. Manages to cut it off. 2 more to the total. Do get the feeling that Jackson feels that reverse sweep shot that will reap rewards here. Straight back to the bowler. Stopped it with a foot.
Yeah, I still think that's a good option, that reverse sweep with no one in the third man area. I think she can afford to bowl without the mid wicket. Just giving the 1.
Again, the reverse sweep. LBW shout. Given him. Big wicket.
Massive wicket in the context of this game. 82 needed of 72 balls.
So Annelie Derrickson departs for 18. And the Badgers 4 down, 36 for 4. Big wicket there from Leanda and Zuza. Her last ball of her spell.
Yeah, very well bowled from Zuza. She's bowled 3 overs in the power play. She completed her innings.
Gotta say, not a bad shout. Unless she got a glove onto that. Umpire Low decides that would have hit the stumps and there wasn't any contact with bat or glove. Derrickson looks disappointed, but she has to depart, and the Knights now seem in control of this match. So we see the new batter, Vuyo Bonya, making her way to the middle. She's going to join her captain, Nicolene Janssen van Rensburg, out in the middle. The Knights got their tails up here.
Yeah, like I said, very well bowled from Zuza, completing her 4 overs for 20 runs with 1 wicket. The big wicket of Andre Derrickson. She bowled 3 of those overs in the power play. The Badgers 36 for 4 after 8. 82 needed of 72 balls. Lucian Swartz to continue from the Loch Logan end. Only deep mid wicket out, long on, long off. Sweep out on the offside.
past that mid-wicket fielder just for one too long on.
A very good line in length from Lucian Swartz. He looks comfortable with the older ball.
So for Bonya, we see an extra fielder in the circle. As I say, that third man goes down. Mid-off comes up into the ring. Bit of indecision. Yeah, just the three fielders out, mid-off in the ring. Well bowled by Lucian Swartz.
Yeah, the required rate for the Garden Road batters is 6.9. We're currently at 4.4 per over.
Cross the line there, over mid-wicket, just for one. Should only be one. Ilander Janse van Rensburg does the fielding.
Yeah, the field spreads again for Nicolien Jansen van Rensburg. 4 out. Deep mid-wicket, long on, long off, sweep out on the offside.
Yeah, just to the right of mid-wicket this time. They're going to go through for another single. So Lucian Swartz doing a job here for the Knights. Third man out again, mid-off, up in the ring. Pulled away for 4. Not a great delivery with 5 leg up in the ring.
Yeah, that's a much needed boundary again for the Garden Road Badgers. With the best deliveries from Lucian Swartz. Too short, too straight of that inclusion, just yapped over short fine leg for 4. .75 needed of 67 balls.
Again a change in the field. Third man up, sweeper out, mid-off out. Straight this time to mid-wicket. So that's the end of the 9th over. 43 for 4, the Badgers.
Yeah, good over for the Badgers. 7 runs coming from that Lucian Swartz over. 43 for 4 after 9.
We see the Evodia Yakele. She's going to bowl her first over from the Willows end. Spoke about it yesterday. She has this tendency to bowl it reasonably slow through the air. She's going to have long off, long on out, deep mid-wicket out, and a deep square leg out. Won't be a lot of pace to work with here for Nicolien Janse van Rensburg. Looking to sweep that. Playing a miss. Just missing that leg stump. Over the top. Out. Catch taken. At long on.
Mia Naismith. Very good catch on long at long on.
Does look like it could be Annika Swart, number 12, that took that catch. Check it. So big wicket here for Evodia Yakele. It does look like it was Mia Naismith that has picked up that wicket or taken that catch on the long on boundary. 43 for 5 after in the 10th over the Badgers. So we see the wicket keeper making her way to the crease. Mika Derrida. So Evodia Yakela picking up a wicket in her first over. He said there wasn't going to be any pace to work with. And the captain, Janse van Rensburg, looking to hit that over long on, finding the fielder. Mika likes to play the ball square, looking to work the ball square. And again, this time to square leg. Saw yesterday that she does look to access the area square of the wicket. Got to get her to come forward. Apologies, Julia Hall coming into bat. LBW appeal again there against Bonya. So it's not Mikadarada at the crease. It is Julia. Up in the air, but over mid wicket. It's going to fall safe. Just for one.
Yeah, even though Evodia Yakela is bowling a touch too slow, her line is very good. Taking the stumps, making the batsman play. One ball to go.
Pulled away just for one to that deep square leg fielder by Julia Hall. It's a good over from Evodia Yakela.
Yeah, 3 runs coming from that over. 46 for 5 after 10. The Badgers needing 72 runs of 60 balls. The Knights needing 5 more wickets to win this match. Seeing a bowling chase at the Lock Logan end. Mangaung. She will replace Lucian Swartz from the Lock Logan end.
Sane has done well in her last match, picking up 2 wickets in this format. Also looks to bowl wicket to wicket. She's only got, at this stage, the 3 fielders out. She's going to bowl her first over. First ball to Julia Hall. Down the leg side, wide. Evodia Yakela manages to haul that in. They're going to come back for the second. So not a great start here by Mangaung. Driven down the ground. Too long off for 1. That's the 50 up for the Badgers. 65 balls. Just 5 boundaries in that 50. The 50 coming up in the 11th over. Off the back foot. Straight to cover. Runner opportunity. Gone!
Very good fielding from Annika Swart. He's quick around the ground.
Annika Swart. Ball play to her left and she manages to gather that and excellent fielding. Throw over the top to the keeper who dislodges the bails. And that's the end of Uyo Bonya. And that's the 6th wicket down for the Badgers.
Yeah, very, very good fielding. I'll run the
Excellent fielding by Annika Swart. Bonya not piercing that inner ring. thinks that the ball would pass the fielders. Unfortunately for it, goes to the best fielder in the Knights team, Annika Swart. And she proves her worth for this Knights team in the field. And now we do see Mika de Ridder making her way to the crease, joining Julia Hall. Said yesterday, Mika de Ridder looks to score square of the wicket so easily. A length that you think is a good length could be something that is short for her. Just the two fielders out for Mika de Ridder. Again, LBW shout, umpire not interested. Long on out, a deep mid wicket out. Did say that Mampensani always looks to bowl wicket to wicket.
Gliding to the covers for Naran. Two balls to go in this over. A single. This Mika de Ridder trying to play the ramp shot to fine leg for one, short fine leg for one. One ball to go in this over. Julia Hall plays it straight past the bowler for one, too long off. It's the end of the over. 6 runs coming from that over. The Garden Route Badgers 52 for 6 after 11. Badgers needing 66 runs or 54 balls. And the Knights need 4 more wickets to win this game. Evodia Yekere to continue from the Willows end. Tucked away for one to that square leg area by Julia Hall. Mika de Ridder face her first delivery from Evodia Yekere. Tucked away again. The onside for 1 run. As we saw yesterday, Mika de Ridder loves to rotate, striking that square leg area of the spinners. Just tucking it away. Misfield there from the bowler, Evodia Yekere. One too long off. Yeah, the required rate 7.4. The current rate is 4.9. Mika de Ridder using a feed. Gets one there. Some slight misfield at mid wicket by the captain. He's yellow for years. 2 balls left in the over. Pulled away, no run. Stopped at mid wicket by the captain again. Tucked away to deep square leg for 1. That's the end of the over. 6 runs coming from it. 57 for 6 after 12. The Badgers needing 61 runs or 48 balls. Mangaung to continue from the Lock Logan end. The way to fine leg. There's an opportunity for a run out. They made it comfortably. Mika Julia Hall just rotating strike very well at the moment. Mika playing it straight down the ground. Too long off. Will only be 1 run. Tucked away to mid wicket for no run. Three more balls left in this over from Mangaung. Straight all the way to deep mid wicket. Will only be 1 run. .58 needed of 44 balls. Campus through for another single. Umpire signaling leg byes. Yeah, very good line here from Mangaung, taking the stumps. Oh, too straight on that occasion. The umpire signals fall. Julia Hall just got back on that one. That's the end of the over. 8 runs coming from it. 65 for 6 after 13. The Garden Route Badgers needing 53 runs of 42 balls. The Knights still need 4 more wickets to win this game. Vodia Yekele to continue from the Willows end. Pulled away just for a single. Vodia into a 3rd over now. Reverse sweep from Julia Hall. Will only be 2. While fielded by Yolandi Portrita giving chase. Julia Hall on 15 of 13 balls, going at a strike rate of just over 100. Mika 5 of 8 deliveries. Tucked away to that square leg area again for 1. His partnership is 19 at the moment. Using a feed, coming down the wicket. Mika Lays it into deep mid wicket for 2 runs. Good running. Two balls remaining in this over. Tucked away to short fine leg. Directed.
So 1 ball left in this Yekele over. 72 for 6 in the 14th over.
Yeah, the Knights would want to break this partnership. It's developed to 22 runs thus far.
Again, just off the pad. No addition to the total. That's the end of the 14th over. 72 for 6. Badgers need to score 46 runs off the last 36 balls. So still well within their reach. Need to bat at a rate of 7.7. As we said earlier on, this partnership becoming a bit problematic for the Knights. Need to get the breakthrough here.
Yeah, as we see a bowling change from the Lock Logan end. Yolandi Portrita placing Mapensane.
Portrita also one that likes to take the pace off. Third man out. Deep mid wicket, long on. Definitely see some change ups in the spell. Portrita to Mika Derrida. LBW shot, but that could have gone down leg. This run rate required creeping up to the 8 mark. Runner opportunity here. But Julia Hall manages to get back. Captain Izal Saliers bouncing on that, but fortunately not getting the throw on target. Past that fielder, short fine leg, Evodia Yakela. She's going to make some yards. They are going to come back for the second.
Yeah, I think just with the line of attack, maybe bring a third man up, get a fine go deep screen. Both of these batsmen like that area. Square leg, short fine leg.
Straight to mid wicket. They're going for the single. Again. Julia Hall's made a ground.
I think maybe direct would have been close.
We have a look at that again. This ball just going to that mid wicket fielder. Saliers. Again, she's made a ground. Three of this first 4 deliveries in this Portrita over. Still just the 3 fielders out. Full toss straight to mid wicket and she's gone. Julia Hall would feel desperately unlucky there.
Yeah, that's a much needed wicket for the Knights. Not what the Hollywoodbets would have wanted. To lose a wicket at this stage of the game. Still needing 43 of 31 deliveries.
Julia Hall departs for 16 off 16 balls. So look at that again. Full toss. And just looking at that, umpires are judging that it was below waist height. Catch taken by Zalseliers at mid-wicket. And that brings the new batter to the crease. Lara Maritz. $75 for 7. Still 43 runs needed of 31 balls. Last ball of this over from Yolandi Portrita. The Knights now are in control here. Badgers needing 8.3 runs and over. Portrita to Maritz. Played straight back to the bowler. And that's the end of very successful Yolandi Portrita over. She got the big wicket there of Julia Hall. As we go into the back end of this innings, last 5 overs to go. 8.6 runs required. Shekele, she's going to be bowling her last over from the Willows end. Her 3 overs, 1 for 15 at this stage. Long off, long on, deep mid-wicket and a deep square leg out for Yekele.
Yeah, the Hollywood Badgers scoring 47 runs in that middle period. The Knights taking 5 wickets. As we move into the back end of this innings.
An attempted reverse sweep there by Mika Derrida. Just getting another single. Again, the Knights would want to keep Maritz on strike for most of her innings. Up off the pad. They go through for another leg by. Mika Derrida moving across her stumps. Just getting it to that short fine leg for 1. Advancing down the wicket. Dropped. So Mia Naismith has put it down at long on. Lara Maritz came down the wicket over the top. And unfortunately for Mia Naismith, she's put that down. Had to dive forward. Would have been an excellent catch had she held on to that. Derrida now advancing. But straight to mid-wicket. So a bit of intent here from the Badgers batters. Again down the wicket to that deep mid-wicket fielder. Annika Swart just for 1. Good into that over. 4 overs by Yekele, 1 for 19 after 16 overs. 80 for 7. And the run rate required at the moment 9.5. And it's becoming a ever so difficult task for the Badgers. So we see Yekele leaving the field, replaced by Crystalise Vos.
Yeah, the Badgers needing 38. 24 deliveries. Portrita to continue from the lock low and end.
Well played there by Mika de Ridder. Just moving across the stumps and helping that to that fine leg boundary. Spoke about it earlier on, especially against players like Mika de Ridder. Maybe get the third man up in the ring and get the fine leg out, because she's going to look to access those areas either through square leg or fine leg.
That's a very good start to the over for the Badgers. Getting a boundary of the first ball.
And as we say, that third man does come up in the ring. Fine leg goes out. Still only the three fielders out. Good running here between the two Badgers batters. Getting another single.
33 to win. 22 balls. The Knights needing 3 more wickets.
Still get the feeling that with Mika de Ridder at the crease, that vacant square leg area does become tempting. And as I say that, the ball gets pulled over that square leg for 4. Knights just missing a trick here. Do feel that they can get somebody into that square leg position.
And with that boundary, 29 needed of 21 balls.
Got this 5 fielders in the ring on the offside. As I say that, long off goes out onto the boundary.
Yeah, slow ball from Portrita. 29 needed of 20 balls. Yeah, Maritz will still target that deep square area.
Again. Big 6. So Lara Maritz is taken on that deep mid-wicket fielder and she's cleared her. Gets a maximum for the Badgers. This is now becoming very interesting. 23 to win of 19 balls. And this has been a massive over for the Badgers. Again, just looking at this field, you feel that the Knights are missing a trick here. Because Maritz does look to access the leg side. 23 of 18 balls. Game on.
That's the end of the over. 15 runs coming from it. Very good over for the Badgers. 23 needed of 18 balls.
Now we've seen the Knights lose a game here against the Dolphins, ladies, where they needed 4 off the last ball. No square leg in place, no deep square in place. And that's exactly where the ball goes. Again, you just feel that in this type of cricket, you need to have protection in that area.
Yeah, bowling change from the Willows in. Lucian Swartz. Still got 2 more overs to go. The first spell she bowled from the long Logan end. She bowled well. 2 overs, 1 for 10.
That's what.
Yeah, once again, no deep swing in place. Short, fine leg, deep mid wicket, low on, out on the boundary. Only the long off failure out on the offside.
Yeah, especially against Mika de Ridder. She likes to play the ball through those areas. Again, looking to go across. LBW appeal, but this ball's going to go through that fine leg fielder. She's going to come back for the second. Not the best of throws by Mampe and Sane. and Mika Derrida has made a ground.
Just think they need a quicker fielder in that area. You still need your best fielders on the boundary, especially this stage of the game. 21 needed of 17 balls.
The line's going to be important here. You cannot afford to go too straight to Mika Derrida. And your length as well. Against her, you'd rather prefer to pitch the ball up, because she's a strong player square of the wicket. Driven through the covers. Should only be 2. Good attempt there by Giselle Janssen van Rensburg, but they do come back for the 3rd. Just a bit of width again by Lucian Swartz. This game is now in the balance. 18 to win off 16 balls. This partnership now 25, looking to get the Badgers over the line.
Yeah, the 100 comes up for the Badgers. The 18th over.
Don't see a square leg in at the moment. Mid wicket went out. Square leg in. LBW shot. And it's gone. That's the end of Lara Maritz. And that seemed adjacent. That seemed like it was a good shot. And a big breakthrough for the Knights. Maritz looked dangerous. She again looked to go across the line. And she's paid the price. Departs for 11 of 7 balls. She's got the Badgers back in the hunt here. So we look at that again. Yeah, looks a good decision by umpire Low.
Yeah, they're still betting to come for the Garden Rule badge. We saw Abrams playing the hand yesterday. Mate still to come. 18 runs needed of 15 balls. The Knights needing 2 more wickets. The score 100 for 8 after 17.3 overs.
Kayakaze Mate making her way to the crease. Said just a 50 partnership between her and the captain, Nicoline Janssen van Rensburg, in this 50 over fixture between these two teams. Then Oudtshoorn managed to win the game for the Badgers. So she's well capable. Again, long off, long on out, fine leg. Just the 3 fielders out. Deep squares, deep mid wicket as well. So 4 fielders out for the Knights. Play and a miss.
Just for Mate, just maybe bringing the fine leg up. She likes clearing that front leg, hitting it on the offside.
Getting through that offside. Well stopped there by Giselle Janssen van Rensburg. Just for one. That could have so easily gone for 4. Just mentioned that she would target that area. 17 to win off 13 balls. Derrida now on strike. No change in the field. Lapping over to that fine leg fielder. She's going to come back for the second. Mampensani does the fielding, but 2 more to the total. 103 for 8 after 18. So the Badgers here need to get 7.5 and over. 15 to win this match. It is game on. It's going to depend who's going to stay calm and keep their heads here as we see Giselle Janse van Rensburg to bowl the second last over from the Loch Logan end.
Yeah, I think having clear blanks or both of these batters get a targeting that fine leg, square leg area. Mate targeting the offside.
So we do see a sweeper out on the offside. At the moment, a long off, deep mid wicket. Still no square leg, but there are discussions ongoing. So we're going to see a long off, long on, sweep on the offside, deep mid wicket, big pocket through that square leg area. Driven through extra cover for 4. Juicy half volley by Giselle Janse van Rensburg, and Mate up to it. Dispatches that. Excellent shot by Mate.
Yeah, very good shot. Well executed. Clearing that front leg once again. Just throwing the hands at it. 11 needed of 11 balls.
Too straight, but no contact made. And there, with fine leg up in the ring, that could have been another boundary.
I just think that long on is not needed. They're targeting that square leg area in offside.
We do see that mid wicket fielder now going to square leg. Ken Mate looking to go across. Getting a single. 2 short fine leg.
10 needed of 9 balls.
Yeah, Mikadada. Are we going to see a fine leg in place? Yes, we are. Fine leg going out. Square leg in. Deep mid wicket. Mid on. Long off. And a sweeper out. She does look to go across it. Big LBW appeal. Another opportunity. She's made her ground. Umpire Killian signals leg by. It would be interesting to see this again. You see the big appeal. Diving Mate. Umpire says she's made her ground. So 9 to win of 8 balls. Big last 2 balls coming up here for Giselle Janse van Rensburg. She's going to give her partner on the other end something to bowl at. Play and a miss. Fine leg up in the ring. Long off, long on out. Sweep on the offside. Deep mid wicket. Big last ball here for both these teams. Across the line to that deep mid wicket fielder. Should only be 1. And the Landry Janse van Rensburg keeps it down to 1. So 8 needed to win off the last over. With Mate on strike.
Yeah, 7 runs coming from that over. The Knights needing 2 wickets. The Government Badgers needing 8 runs of 6 balls. Lucian Swartz to bowl the last over. What a way to end the last match of the season in the Pro20 series.
Yeah, exciting finish to this game. This is the last game of the season for these ladies. And it's going to be Lucian Swartz that needs to defend 8 runs. Mate, Kayakaze Mate on strike. Long off, sweep on the offside, long on, deep mid wicket. Do have a square leg in place. Third man and fine leg up in the ring. Where is this going to go?
Lucian Swartz to Mate. 8 runs needed, 6 balls.
Play and a miss. Mate again looking to carve that through the offside.
Yeah, it could be crucial for Lucian Swartz. Wants to give too much width. Just attacking that stumps. Mate wants to give herself some room to hit on the offside.
Whiff. Past that backward point fielder. It's going to go away for 4. Run away for 4. Just spoke about the fact that she cannot provide any whiff. And she's done exactly that. It's a bit of inexperience shown here by Lucian Swartz. Run a ball from here on in would win it for the Badgers.
Yeah, this is an interesting stage now. Do you bring one player into the ring? They can get 4 singles. She only needs 1 more hit.
Cross the line. It's going to run away for 4
runs.
And Mate has won the game. Kayakaze Mate has won it for the Badgers. 15 runs for her. And the Badgers has won this game with 3 balls left.
What a game of cricket.
Mika Narada has played her part in this partnership of 18. But the bulk of this runs scored by Kayakaze Mate. And that's the Badgers finishing on a high note, the season on a high note for them. The Knights were in control of this match, but good partnerships towards the end between Hall and the Ridder. And now the Ridder and Maritz, and towards the end, Mate and the Ridder has won the game for the Badgers. 3 balls to spare. An exciting finish here at the Mangaung Oval. Well done to the Badgers.
Yeah, very good game of cricket. And down to the last over. Mate once again has done it for the Badgers.
Yeah, the Knights just towards the end felt that the Badgers held their nerve. The Knights maybe just missing a trick at times. We spoke about the strengths of the different batters, maybe not having the right plans in place. And ultimately a good win for the Badgers. They go back to Oudtshoorn with a win behind the belt and a win to finish off the season. From Mangaung Oval, it's goodbye for the season for the Hollywoodbets Pro Series. Unfortunately, the Knights have been relegated. And in this part of the world, we've been privileged for 2 seasons to witness the professional women's game. And as of next season, the Knights will be playing in Division 2. But they have shown that they do possess some quality, and a number of their players might find themselves playing elsewhere next season. That's the wrap here from Mangaung Oval.
Yeah,